on, any day, any time. I'll meet you. Parking lot, Octagon, my mom's house.
Next, man. You're next.
Steve and I have been sitting here drinking Starbucks coffee for a while now, and they say that there are no ill effects, but...
I feel fine.
I feel fine, too! If I were king of the forest...
I love watching Carol. You know, not you.
No, I often see Michael just watching Melissa at the craft service table.
It's like. Oh.
Yeah.
What did you think of seeing Ezekiel and his tiger in that the sort of the season 7 trailer?
It was cool just to see them, you know, and I'm excited. You know, if I'm alive, I hope I know the tiger. I hope we're friends.
Yeah, regardless of who survives.
That was so sincere, man.
Either of you sing the Pokemon theme song? I thought it was a trading card. I didn't know there was a song.
You know it, don't you?
I really don't.
Do you know we'll hear the lyrics?
I want to be the very best like no one ever was. Catch him in my real test. This sounds like a venereal disease thing.
I don't know why you're handing this to me.
Yeah, you got to catch them all.
Catch it all.
It's my destiny.
Travel
It
across
could
the
very
land.
well be VD.
Searching far
You're
and
right.
wide. Yeah.
Gotta
It's
catch
you
him.
and me,
Gotta
it's
catch him.
destiny.
Courage will pull us through.
To teach me, and yeah. This is like yeah. This is perfect.
So do we?
You
I'm a strawberry. I'm toast. I'm a panda.
Where do you live now?
I live in upstate New York.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. We I had a house here for years, and like when my son was born, my wife and I were like, you know, let's raise our kids somewhere else where he can be outside. And so we now live on a 60-acre farm.
Oh, wow.
In a working farm. We've got cattle and alpaca and chickens and dogs. Alpaca and a llama named Wally Llama, and then we have some alpaca, Tony and Stella, named after Anthony Hopkins, who I did a film with, and some other crazy alpaca too. But yeah, we got a little.
These
herd.
are pets, the alpaca?
Well, they're more pets than anything else. You shave them once a year, and so you can do some knitting with alpaca wool.
Can you eat them?
I don't think so. No. I don't eat any of my animals. The chickens are for the eggs. We eat those.
Okay.
The cows are dairy cows.
All right.
So, and then the alpaca are, you know, just to giggle at.
Yeah.
We were just talking in the break. We were saying, Jeffrey, you were saying you're fond of curse words. How does your 6-year-old son take after you in this?
Yeah, it's been tricky, and he knows them all. He's heard me work on Negan, and he's also heard me drop stuff on my foot. But the other day, he was having an issue because he always wants to be on a computer right now.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's iPads and computers, and I had drawn a line in the sand and said no. And he goes up to my wife, who's standing there, and he's like, "Mom, I don't know why Dad's being such a douchebag."
6 years old.
6. And my head snaps because, one, I got to look away because my first reaction is to laugh my ass off. And then I grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, put him into his room, ran out to the hall, and Hillary and I are laughing our asses off. And I went back in and had to have a sit down with him for like a half hour. I'm like, "Do you even know what that means?"
No.
Well, you used it correctly in a sentence, so. And I probably was being a bit of a douchebag.
What
それぞれが別コードになってしまってるんですね。
No? Huh?
Come on.
Hi, what's your name? Xavier. Hi, Xavier. Hi, I just want to say that I think Lauren Cohan is like so gorgeous and amazing.
Where you going, Xavier? Where you going, Xavier?
You gotta ease up.
Yeah, who's that name?
I'll meet you in lot C, man.
I just love her so much, and I actually made my own t-shirt. It says, "If Maggie dies, I riot."
You have my heart.
And my question is, like, since like Maggie is like already a badass like for such a long time, do you think that she really needs to be protected by Glenn so much?
Can you tell us about your character?
Well, I can tell you sort of what has been announced, and that is I'm joining the show.
Zombie, not a zombie. Be honest.
Not a zombie.
All right, great.
Not a zombie. I play a character named Negan, and if you're a fan of the comic books, you'll know who Negan is.
I am.
Yeah.
I don't know if this comes across on television, but like I honestly think Jeffrey might be the most handsome man I've ever met in my life.
Look at it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've made choices in my life. I've got married. I've had children. I'm even I am going, oh. You give it a shot.
I'm flat.
I know you own a candy store up in that area with Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How'd you guys go into that business?
Yeah, I don't know. When I moved to this little town of Rhinebeck, we moved up there, and we met this guy named Ira, and he owned this little candy store that had been there for 25 years, and last year he kind of suddenly and tragically passed away, and I just...
Diabetes?
No.
No. Sorry. Let's pretend I didn't say that.
Sorry, Ira. But he passed away, and we were at dinner one night, and I'm like, man, we gotta save this and not let it turn into, a Burger King or whatever the hell they want to put in there.
Yeah.
And so we bought it, and Paul and I have very little to do with it. Everybody else does the work because we're off doing whatever we do.
Oh, your son must be so excited about the fact that you own a candy store.
Yeah, he's kind of like the little mayor of the town and greets everybody in the candy store. But what I figured out that he does is he's a five-finger discount and everything. If you take your eye off him for a minute, you look in his pocket, and it's just like shoved full of candy. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, he's literally a kid in a candy store.
He's literally a kid in a candy store.
You can't blame him.
I want in.
I get kicked out. Everybody's great, and everybody loves each other, and it's just fun to have a break from...
Shut up!
Okay. What was the question?
Steven and I have been sitting here drinking Starbucks coffee for a while now, and they say that there are no ill effects, but...
I feel fine.
I feel fine, too! If I were king of the forest...
Come on, any day, any time. I'll meet you. Parking lot, Octagon, my mom's house.
Next, man. You're next.
Exactly.
Hi. You're Rick, right? I'm Negan. And I do not appreciate you killing my men.
One thing I want to do is a little bit of couples counseling, if you guys are okay with that. You guys okay with that?
We need some.
So hold on, I gotta get in my...
Wow, you have a little, like, therapist sweater with patches on the elbow. You got some. Yeah, you're on. There we go.
Thank you. So, Jeffrey, can you please turn to Andrew and tell him how it made you feel when his friend Daryl blew up your men with an RPG?
Is he Rick or Andy?
We're gonna say Rick.
Rick Grimes, it hurted my feelings a lot when you had Daryl blow up all my men and their motorcycles. But it's okay. I still like you.
Are you hearing what he's saying?
I absolutely hear, sir.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, great. Will you turn to him and tell him how you feel when he bashed your friend's head in with Lucille?
We don't. I don't think you did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We don't know. We don't know that he did that. Why
Good.
are you trying to? Why are you trying to put something between us? This is not helpful therapy. This is actually called.
We're trying to take step forwards here.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have in this session.
Oh, this is bullshit. Session.
Yeah.
Why we want our money back?
You've made it worse.
But this idea that, you know, to him, they're the villains, right? Do you believe that? You don't see Negan as a bad guy, do you?
No, I can't play him like that, certainly, because then you only have one note to go with. So no, he's in my mind, he's not a bad guy, and he's still letting these guys off easy at this point.
Right.
You know, remember, they took out quite a few of my folks, and if it weren't for Daryl, Glenn would still be alive.
Oh, damn!
I knew he was going to say
Oh my God!
I knew it.
I swear, this just like
I thought you would have beat me.
I so wish this turned into like WWE. That would be so amazing.
You're still going, dude. How much did you fucking put in here?
So much in there. But let's ride home in the heat, bro.
I'm sweating.
Wear a helmet when you're on the motorcycle?
Well, it's the law now, so yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do people ever get pulled over for that?
I think so, and they also make kind of fake helmets. You know, they're like the strength of like a ping pong ball cut in half, and sometimes, but you just put a DOT sticker on the back, and
What's the point of that, though? If you're wearing you have the inconvenience of wearing something on your head, but none of the safety of it.
There is nothing good about it.
I see.
Nothing good can come from it. They might look a little bit cooler because you end up looking like Kazoo with the regulation helmet.
With the big ones,
so
yeah.
it kind of takes away the cool factor of the whole thing.
I see.
So if you're trying to look good, then you wear the helmets that wouldn't do anything if you even run into a rear-view mirror. It's going to take your head off.
All right, all right. Well, this is interesting. And
I wear a real helmet.
You do. You wear a real helmet.
I look like Kazoo.
Well, you have how many kids do you have?
I have one. I've got a 5-year-old boy.
And so you have to kind of because it's already.
Well, that's the thing, and his mother has kind of made it clear that maybe slow down on the motorcycles because when I first moved to LA, it was the only way I had to get around. I couldn't even afford a car for 10 years, so I had a motorcycle. Then I could buy a car finally, and now I have like 5 motorcycles. But I transport my dogs in them,
On the motorcycle?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, right on the gas tank.
Really?
I had 2 dogs, Bear and Bijou, who both learned to ride motorcycles. Big dogs, not little dogs. They were 75 to 100-pound dogs.
Do they wear dog helmets?
No.
They do not.
No,
do they make dog helmets?
No, but when Bear was around, there wasn't even a helmet law, so neither of us wore helmets. And Bijou was pretty cool. She didn't need a helmet either.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something else.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody riding around with a dog on a motorcycle.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it before, but back then it was like if my dog had to go to the vet or something, we're going on the bike.
Yeah, right.
And Bijou, she used to hear my motorcycle just in the garage starting, and she would come flying out and jump right on. Like, she knew.
It's got to be confusing for dogs.
Yeah.
Like, where's the window for me to stick my head out of?
She would I would have my hands on the handlebars. She'd put her head on my arm and just literally fall asleep on the freeway going 70 miles an hour from like here to San Diego.
The daisy right out of the ocean. Amazing.
Fresh.
I don't know.
2 daisies.
Is there clothing involved? Is this like a nude swim? Is
No,
this
because now people have cameras and they followed us down there, so that wasn't cool.
ruining all the fun?
That wasn't cool. Nobody wants a picture taken like we were looking this morning. In our bathrobes and black socks on.
Although Josh put on a ski cap, one of those rubber ski caps, and Speedos, and he took it very seriously.
That's almost creepy. That's like if I saw that, I would run in the other direction.
I was impressed. I thought it was
cool. We're walking in the water, and I'm like, dude, you look fantastic. He goes, bro, I gotta have salt touch my body like once a week. And I'm like, yeah, what?
You're nodding. Okay, let's go with that.
We're in the middle of Georgia.
So is